So what we're going to do once we find our Get to Know Miss Clements Nearpod activity under Tuesday 825, we're going to click on that. You're going to scroll down. You're going to click, you can either click on this button here or you can click View Assignment and be taken into another page where you can click on it again. When you guys log in, I want you to log in with last name, first name. I'll show you what that means in just a second. It's brought you to this page. As you can see right now, it puts your first name and then your last name. What I'd like for you guys to do is to erase that name and log in last name, comma, first name. This helps me kind of keep track of everybody, or if I can sort it by your last name. And if you want to put in another name here, that's fine. Just make sure that it is something that is school appropriate. Don't be giving yourself a nickname that we wouldn't be able to call you in class. So once you've got your name section filled out, you're going to click Join Lesson. This is going to bring you to this page that has a lot of pictures that I have put up here. So these are mostly pictures of me. And this is going to be our evidence for this activity. And I'll show you what I mean by evidence in just a second. Just to get kind of familiar with some of the navigation, over here are your arrows. You can tab back and forth. So if we wanted to go back to the name screen, we could. And when we want to click on to the next one. So for right now, just kind of click ahead. You'll come back to this screen. But this is the next screen you come to. So this is a screen that you can interact with and you can draw with. So on this screen, I'm going to show you what I want you to do on our next screen, which is going to look like this. This part you're going to complete on your own, but we'll get to that in just a second. So what I've done is I've compiled a selection of photos that I want you to look at and I want you to make a claim from. So you're going to say, you know, I think Miss Clements did this, or I think Miss Clements likes this. I've given you some kind of prompts to get you started on the next page, but here's an example we're going to work with. So the claim is Miss Clements graduated from. So we're trying to figure out, where did I graduate college from? So we're going to look around and we're going to look at all the different pictures and we're going to see, oh look, here's Miss Clements in a cap and gown, and it has the school name right behind her. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this double T icon. This brings up our text box. And it's going to bring up this dotted box like this. If we click this 4 arrows, this allows us to move it. So I'm going to drag it and put it in the kind of right spot for claim. Also just going to shift it down some by clicking on these blue squares. I can choose different font style if I want. Not font style. Font size or font color. So I'm just going to go with black. And so now we're going to type our text here. So looking at this picture, I can see that, you know, Miss Clements graduated. She's wearing the cap and gown. And I can see that that there's a place called UHCL right over there. So I'm going to type UHCL. So for those of you that don't know, that is University of Houston, Clear Lake. I graduated with a degree in history. And so this is our first part done. We've made a claim about Miss Clements that I graduated from UHCL, University of Houston, Clear Lake. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit another text box by clicking this double T. Opens up a brand new one for me. I'm going to drag this by clicking the 4 arrows. I'm going to rescale it to fit in my text box. I'm going to turn my font size down a little bit here so it can kind of fit in this white area. I'm going to leave it on black. So here I am going to list what evidence I saw that supports that claim. If I had said, you know, Miss Clements graduated from Harvard, there's no evidence for that. There's no picture of me with anything that says Harvard. Maybe it's true, but I can't support that claim. I can't prove to somebody Miss Clements graduated from Harvard. So I'm going to list, there is a photo of Miss Clements in a graduation cap and gown in front of a sign that says UHCL. So that's a pretty standard thing. We see somebody that's in front of a sign that says UHCL wearing that. We can put those two together by saying that because I'm in a cap and gown in front of a backdrop that says UHCL, I graduated from UHCL. So that's what we're going to do in our next section is our reasoning. We're going to basically explain why our evidence allows us to make that claim. So we're going to come back down here. We're going to hit double T. And we're going to drag it into place. And we're going to size it down. So I'm going to explain just that. Because Miss Clements is in a cap and gown in front of a UHCL sign, I believe she graduated from UHCL. I put all of these in complete sentences. I've made it out nice. So this is what you're going to do in the next one. You're going to look at the pictures and you're going to make a claim based on the evidence that you see. This is going to help us develop some critical thinking skills where we can look at and we can make claims based on what's in front of us. This is something we're going to see this activity over and over again this year. I think it's a really great activity for kind of developing some critical thinking skills, which are skills that you can apply outside of world geography. So let's take a look at the part that you're going to be doing. This was just our example. So I click this blue arrow to go next. Now I have this big white box at the top that gives you instructions. I'm going to add in a video later that kind of goes over these buttons. So if you don't remember the buttons or how to position your text box, there will be a guide here for you. So using the evidence slide with all the pictures from Miss Clements, draw a text box and type to complete the sentence stems under claim. So here we have 3 claims: Miss Clements likes to, Miss Clements is, and Miss Clements has. So then you're going to draw a text box and type a list of what pictures led you to make that claim. So Miss Clements likes to hot air balloon. I saw Miss Clements in a picture that has a hot air balloon. That's the kind of thing that we're looking for. Then draw a text box and type a response that links the claim with the evidence. Basically, you are explaining how the evidence proves what you are claiming. So you're going to do this under the reasoning tab. And you're going to say, because there's a picture of Miss Clements in a hot air balloon, I think Miss Clements likes to take hot air balloons. So if you want to move this big white box out of the way, you just click this blue arrow and it takes it up. So then you'll just toggle back and forth between the evidence slide and the slide that you guys are going to make these claims on. So you want to hit submit after you've typed all that up, because I didn't hit submit and it still saved it, but sometimes it doesn't do that. So you want to hit submit and that'll take you on to the next one. So make sure you hit the submit button down here at the bottom. Once you complete all that, you will go back to Google Classroom. You'll click View Assignment. And over here, there'll be a button that says Mark is done or Turn in, and you need to click that button. And that's what we're going to do for this Get to Know Miss Clements Nearpod.